Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, now Fox News contributor. And, sir, thank you for coming on today, and good morning to you. Guys, let's show them the map here. This is what happens when you don't have freedom of navigation. You have to go around the southern coast of South Africa. It adds weeks to delivery, which computes to prices, et cetera. And this is Michael Waltz talking about the options on the table. As you know, sir, Iran is behind this. Here's Michael Waltz.
This was an overwhelming response that actually targeted multiple Houthi leaders and took them out. And the difference here is, one, going after the Houthi leadership, and two, holding Iran responsible.
Does that mean direct military action on Iran is possible?
Well, all options are always on the table with the president, but Iran needs to hear him loud and clear.
Sir, you know that the Saudis bombed the Houthis for 7 years, and they're still battling. How do you see this now?
Well, Bill, good morning. It's great to be with you. Two important things. One, President Trump made clear that we were going to take decisive action. You talk about the activity there for the last 7 years. It sounds like President Trump is thinking about something much bigger, much deeper, much more sustained, with an outcome that actually delivers the objective, which is to stop the Houthis from disrupting travel. The second thing that is so different here, Bill, from what President Biden did for 4 years, you'll remember I designated the Houthis as a terrorist organization. Secretary Blinken came in and with a couple hours took them off the terror list. President Trump has now made clear to the Iranians, we know this is your money, these are your weapons, and we're going to hold you accountable. Where the Biden administration just refused to acknowledge that Iran had anything to do with this in a serious way. Same thing he'd done when Hamas attacked on October 7th. I think those two things give the United States and our Gulf Arab allies a real opportunity, Bill, an opportunity to stop these knucklehead tribesmen in Yemen from disrupting global travel, global sea lanes, and costing Americans lots of money and risking our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines as well.
Just one more question on this before I go to Ukraine. Waltz said Iran needs to hear him loud and clear, referring to President Trump. Last week we heard that he wrote the Iranian leadership a letter. Would this have been a part of that, do you think?
You know, Bill, I of course don't know what's in the letter, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. But if President Trump made clear not only were we going to hold them accountable for what the Houthis are doing, but what Hezbollah continues to do, what Hamas is still trying to rebuild, I'm pretty confident that there would have been a comprehensive explanation that Iran needs to stop the terrorism from their proxies, and that there'll be a real cost to the Iranian and the Iranian leadership itself if they don't change that behavior.
Okay. Let's move to Ukraine and Russia. Late last night, Air Force One came back to Washington. Some tough weather on the East Coast. I think it landed at 1 o'clock in the morning. On board Air Force One, the president was asked about talks with Putin.
I'll be speaking to President Putin on Tuesday. A lot of work's been done over the weekend. We want to see if we can bring that war to an end.
What sort of concessions will you be seeking to have Putin make to get a deal done?
We'll be talking about land. We'll be talking about power plants. That's it's a big question. But I think we have a lot of it already discussed very much by both sides.
So on CNN, Steve Witkoff says that they expect, according to the president, a resolution or some sort of deal within a matter of weeks. Is that overly optimistic?
Bill, I hope not, but the Russians will prove very difficult, I suspect. I think Putin believes he's got the upper hand. I think it was even overnight. He's still attacking into Kyiv even as these conversations are taking place. So this is going to be a very hard-fought set of negotiations. I suspect weeks means several weeks, but hopefully President Trump can put enough pressure on Putin that he will see that it's in his best interest to enter into a ceasefire for an extended period, and we can find a structured solution that prevents Putin from invading Europe ever again.
We are going to have many discussions on this because it could be some time before it's resolved. Thank you. Mike Pompeo, thanks for coming back today.